Welcome to Steve's Music Talk and Gear Review. Today, we're going to talk about the Gretsch 2410T. January 2023. So this will be the topic for today. The Gretsch Streamliner Series 2410. 2410 because I believe it's thinner. They make a 2420 and many other models. So the backstory was I was going, I play in a duet. The other gentleman plays, plays acoustic guitar, so I don't want like a flying V out at like a nice acoustic gig. So I like the hollow body type look, to give it that more folky look or whatever. And I like the sound of it. So I was going for something at Guitar Center, another brand that would be a hollow body that would have that kind of look as this looks. And nothing was set up correctly. I bought this used at Guitar Center, and it had 10s on it. In the winter, now it's been a couple months, in the winter the neck was super straight, started buzzing. I put 12s on just to see what that was all about, or what it would be like. That was just too much. You couldn't hardly bend it at all. But I left that on, and that backbowed or made this bow a little bit within 24 hours to 48 hours, and now I have 11s on there, and that I'm in the comfort zone. So
these go to 11.
That's what works for me. I'm learning all about the Bigsby. I'm not going to be, going too heavy on the Bigsby because it's a challenge to keep these in tune. But there's other videos about that. So the plan, I think, shall be to give you 2 more playing samples and then take a look at it online and be done with this one. So there's really nothing left to do except let's get to the Rocky. Okay, we're back in. This is how the model that I played shows up on the Gretsch website. And you have T for the tremolo and G for the gold hardware. And I don't know if my color option was special for Guitar Center or not, but anyway, the way I wanted to show a picture of me going into this for the recording of the demo on the left channel there, and there's special settings and another picture coming up here. There it is. So I'm on black face, which gives a little bit of grit, and I had a slap back delay that wasn't too obvious. And then coming out of the back of the Fender, I ran a line out, a direct, what do they call it, like a direct output or something, that still provided those sounds into this mixer that everybody seems to have, into with plate reverb. And then all of that went into the Q2, and so I didn't have to run a sync, just use the microphone input, so I didn't have to sync anything up for the demo. Alright, so I put you back on the website real quick to look at the origins of the company and like all the great guitars that we love and worship, being guitar fans and everything. This also was built in Brooklyn, or founded, just as this article shows, in Brooklyn. The model I have, let's go over to the gear of how this all works. Streamliner series. So, of course, the guitar that I demoed, and will demo one more time, wasn't built in the States, but it's almost like the big companies have the clout to oversee the manufacturing with better quality overseas. But ultimately, I know that my hope is that they just have more manufacturing going on for an affordable price in the States. Alright, so the next thing everybody talks about would be what players, famous musicians, use the Gretsch guitar. And I know everybody says, you know, the first one, Chetatkins, but the first thing that comes to mind, and it was before my time, I didn't see this live, but you got George Harrison cutting through the mix now that I saw recordings, and I was always amazed about how he really cut through the mix on his leads, and how great the Beatles had blended their music together without all the newfangled mixing equipment. Just great players. The Country Gentleman is what I read up on, is what George had, 2 of those. And then you've got Chetatkins. I used to, late 70s or whatever, have lessons in a music store, and they'd always have Guitar Player magazine. He was always like the forefather of electric guitar in regards to using Gretsch. So he was a biggie. And then you got your rockabilly, which I played for the demo, Eddie Cochran, and I think his career was cut short. And then of course Briansetzer, great musician who emulated that style, and I believe even that artist. And he's just great, keeping it all alive, and I'm sure he's got some good deals with Gretsch. And then on the heavier side of things, everybody talks about Malcolm, Angus's brother, keeping down the rhythm on his Gretsch, which is, I just saw on their website they were still getting mileage out of that. And then I remember the reruns watching Mike Nesmith, and I was always fascinated with his giant 12-string guitar, and he always, there was like clips of him playing it live, and that was always really cool. And then you got the Reverend Horton Heat keeping rockabilly alive and everything. He's a big Gretsch user. So that goes through that. It just, when I did the research on the Gretsch, I saw I saw all the articles on who was the most famous users. If I've missed anyone, I apologize. You can put those in the comments. Well, thanks for hanging in there. I hope you liked the video. I like doing them, and I want to continue doing them. But looking to get some additional subscribers this year as a personal goal. Looking to kind of get a little bit more focused. There'll be next month in February, we're going to do the Zeus Overdrive TC Electronic. I don't think it gets enough love, and I would go as far as to compare it against a Tube Screamer Mini. We'll do that. Figure something out. Do some demos. So thanks again. Everyone have a good January. Hope to see you soon in February.